What's up, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Toy Room Renovation right here on the Slam Sessions on YouTube. I'm your host, Albert Albanese, and today, this is your co-host. He's the strong, silent type. So, welcome back, guys. Hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. Hope you guys had a very happy new year. I hope that your collections are awesome this year. You know, I know that this is going to be posted. I'm filming this the first Sunday of the new year. So, you know, I know it's going to go up a little bit later than this, but, you know, to be honest with you, in terms of New Year's resolutions for my collection this year, I just want to get the shelf behind my buddy, the Stormtrooper, completed and up so that I can start kind of planning out what I want to do with the rest of my collection. So that's the goal. I hope you guys have a very happy new year and your collecting year goes really well. So this week we have one solo purchase, and that's pretty much it. This is going to be another short one. I know that past couple of weeks have been a little bit on the short side. A couple of them are, you know, a decent length, but you know, the holiday season's kind of kicked my butt a little bit, but it's all right. We're here and we're going, and that's all that matters, right? So let's get into the purchases. Let's see what's new in my collection this week. All right, so my purchase this week is this Elite WWE Legends Iron Sheik. All right, so this is the Iron Sheik WWE Legends. This is the Iron Sheik that looks like he kind of won the world title. He comes with a robe, a bunch of alternate hands. Let's take a look at the back of the packaging. All right, WWE Champion and Tag Champion. After nearly breaking Bob Backlund's back with the dreaded camel clutch, the Iron Sheik ended an unprecedented 5-year-long championship reign. Obviously, it gets into how he lost the title to Hogan. And as you can see, the other people in this series are Jimmy Hart, Andre the Giant, and Hulk Hogan. I'm expecting this WCW Jimmy Hart soon. Hopefully, it ships soon. The other ones, I don't know if I'm going to be getting. Maybe I might get the Andre. We'll see. All right, but this is the Sheik again. From the front, he's got the multicolored boots, the red trunks. I do like they have a WWE cutout at the top here. And I was told that the reason why there is extra plastic up top here is to get light into the figure so that light wouldn't hit the figure the right way and it would look weird displayed if there wasn't there. So I do really like this. I think the packaging is good. I think it's small. I think it's hard to get these things signed unless you're going to sign on the window over here. You know, hopefully you don't block the figure. But yeah, I do like the packaging though. I think it's sleek. I think it's kind of cool looking. I think it's busy, but it's not overcrowded. And I really like the way this Sheik figure looks. All right, so in terms of updates, obviously the one thing I did is I put the Iron Sheik out. So there he is. You know, he's behind Hulk Hogan here. He's in the Hall of Champions shelf. So we're going to take him out and kind of show him a little bit closer here. All right, so here he is. He's got the yellowish, goldish coat on. He's got the one finger up. As you can see, he's got the mustache. It looks really cool here. Let's see. Is there anything on the back of the jacket? No, it's blank. Back of the jacket's blank, so we don't have to. So there he is from behind. There's, you know, he's got the trim on the jacket and everything. The boots look cool. So this is the best Iron Sheik you're going to get, and it's the perfect one to put into the Hall of Champions shelf. Oh, his headpiece came off. I'm going to put that back on before I put him back up. But yeah, so the Sheik will live up there for a little bit. And as you know, like I said, I got to finish off these shelves at one point and get, you know, some more lifts in there. I could probably get 3 rows, maybe 4 in here. So fingers crossed, we'll see. But hey, as of right now, we're getting there. Well, I told you guys this is going to be a fast one, and it kind of was. So that's really all the updates I have for you guys this week. Unfortunately, you know, with the way everything's been going and stuff, I really don't have a lot of room to put anything else out. You know, I think that this point has kind of shown me that, you know, I'm getting kind of tight on all the areas that I have. So, you know, real quick, actually, just because I know this is a little bit of a shorter episode, let's take a look. So I'm going to turn this around real quick. All right, so and then as we can see here, this is the timeline one. This is going to be Hall of Champions eventually, so all the Hall of Champions guys will go in here. And then I'm going to flip all these guys over and put them in here. So as you can see, I have 3 levels here. You know, you have the one level here as they're on the actual shelf. Then I have 3 different levels, so it's 4 overall. So I'm going to try to do the same thing here. I'll probably have enough room. So this is a little bit longer, so I'll lose a little space because they're longer, but I gain space. I'm sorry. So these are longer, so I gain space by them being longer, but I lose space because there's only 2 shelves in here compared to the 3. Now, the thing is that this is a shorter shelf, so I obviously can't add a little bit more. So this will kind of just be the way it'll be, but that's really all the room I have. Other than that, let's take a quick little tour here. Let's go over here. So this is the Hasbro section and retro, so I have room in here. Eventually, I'll reconfigure this to make it all work. It's coming out with another ring, so I might even reconfigure this enough to put another ring up there and do something different with these figures, maybe even move them all together, but we'll figure that out as time comes. I have room for my ECW San Francisco toy makers. That's obvious. And I obviously have a lot of room here on this new gen display. So once I get that squared away, I can probably be able to, throw a whole bunch of new ones up here. This is WCW. I have some room up here, but it's really WCW versus NWO. That's really all I have. Once I get more guys to put into there, it's going to be a pain in the ass to kind of do that. So I'm planning on moving them already and figuring out where they're going to go. My Bret Hart shelf, my Finn Balor shelf are almost full. The women's wrestling shelf is almost full. The women's backup wrestling shelf of the ones who were retired or no longer in WWE, that's almost full. Royal Rumble shelf 1 is full. Royal Rumble shelf 2 is filling and will be filling soon because there's 2 more winners this year. So I can probably put 2 guys out there. I can probably put 1 guy and 1 girl out there pretty quickly. Briefly, here, Muhammad Ali taking up this. I'll obviously have some space to put some stuff out in here, but we'll have to figure out what goes in here and where this is going to be displayed. Same thing here. This is a big display on one small shelf. We'll figure that out as time comes. This is pretty much packed out now. This one's pretty much packed out. This is pretty much done. Shifting over. This will probably move eventually and go in with, this is the Attitude Era shelf with all the other guys there over in the Attitude Era on the other new shelf that I'll build eventually. Macho Man shelf is filled. The Ruthless Aggression shelf 1 is filled. Ruthless Aggression shelf 2 has a little bit more space. ECW shelf is filled. The top of this dresser is completely filled. The major pod shelves are pretty packed too. I started putting some of the stuff out that I got in the crate. As you can see, it's in there. I really didn't do an update and talk about this much just because it's really just kind of thrown in there and it's not really done yet. So once I fix it back up and make it right, this will be done. But as you can see, there's not a lot of room there. And then here we go. AEW completely jammed up. I can't even get any new figures in there. Barely. I'm going to have to really make some moves. Raw. I'm sorry. Yes. This is the Raw shelf on top, almost completely full. The SmackDown on shelf on bottom, pretty much completely full. All the faction shelves are pretty much full. So I don't have a lot of space left here, guys. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this, manufacture more space, and then once I do that, figure out how to make it work so that all these figures that are supposed to go together actually go together. So eventually this AEW section behind me is going to have to switch out because I don't have enough room to even build to put more stuff in there. As you can see, it's packed. Then, if anything, I can switch it over and maybe do an AEW shelf on the top, WWE, and more AEWs on the bottom. But then I have to figure out what to do with the WWE shelf. I'm considering figuring out maybe just doing the whole WWE shelf here. Like, this would just all be WWE guys and moving the Bretts and the Balors and, and everything and just making this all basically WWE stuff. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I don't know. I got a lot of figures and not enough room. I have, as you can see here, I'll show you what I have left. This is all the WCW guys in the middle. To the left, it's a bunch of mostly it's Legends and Attitude Era stuff. And to the right, it's more newer stuff. So all this stuff still has to go out, but it also has to go out for it to make sense. And that's the issue is bringing this stuff, putting them out so it makes sense. So they're not just thrown in there. To be completely honest, let's flip this. I like this miscellaneous shelf. I think it's really cool. But I also think that these 2 miscellaneous shelves really just need, something needs to be done with them because they're just thrown together. So I got to figure out what to do, where to display all this stuff, and how I'm going to do it. Eventually I'll get there. But right now I'm in the process. As you guys know, every week when I say this, I'm trying my best, but hopefully we'll start getting some of the bigger stuff done. Once the bigger stuff gets done, I feel like I say this every week. Once the bigger stuff gets done, then I'll be able to figure out where all the other stuff goes. But bear with me, guys. It's a process. With that being said, thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.